All that magic you had in it, getting wiped off.
Man, no, that like it's just like drawing on eyebrows.
Yeah,
Bitch.
get shit out the motherfucking screen.
you
Bitch
talk
ass
you talk
nigga.
you got drawing on eyebrows. You talking shit, bitch. Say something else.
AJK.
Say something else. Say it. I dare you. Say something else.
They're tattooed on that.
What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Two Peas in a Pod on this lovely Sunday. As always, I'm Tim. That's my wide-eyed, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed brother right there, Frank Day. What's going on, bro? How you doing this lovely Sunday, man?
I'm well. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm great, man. Football's been on this weekend. I couldn't ask for a better weekend. Shit, I've been chilling in the crib all day.
It's not quite September, but I'll take it.
It's football, whether it's competitive or not. I mean, shit, I can't complain because we didn't had about 2.5 months of just straight dark days. So ain't been no basketball outside. Well, outside I can't say that because it's been the Olympics, but I'm not into baseball like I used to be. So it's been kind of rough.
Shout out to Steph Curry, man. You went out there, you showed up and showed out, you showed your ass in a good way. Appreciate you, man. He's done everything now.
Yeah.
Or maybe he need an All-Star MVP if he even cares about that. He might got one.
I mean, even if he don't get an All-Star
MVP,
even if he don't get All-Star MVP, that motherfucker won a 3-point competition. So, I mean,
nigga changed the game. Best shooter ever. And USA needed it the most. He showed up. Although he turned over the ball 3 fucking times, so he went down and scored 4 times in a row.
Right.
Appreciate that. Wimbiana is going to be a problem. Soon as he starts holding them oats in,
yeah,
it's going to be a problem. Shout out to LeBron, KD, Steph, whole Team USA basketball and doing an amazing feat, getting the 5th straight gold medal.
Yes.
And they did it on 8, 10, 24, did it for Kobe. So appreciate that.
Salute. I mean, at this point, I think it's time for him to go. Next season. I don't think it is because I still think he's gonna have one more season to try to have that farewell tour. But I think next season should be his last season. Like, bro, you ain't got nothing else to prove, my nigga.
He signed for 2 more years, so that's this season and next year. So I think he just wants to play the most seasons, 23, because that's Vince Carter. Vince Carter got the record for most seasons played at 22.
Right.
I think he wants to break that at 23. And wouldn't it be beautiful if the NBA just rig it so the Lakers can win one more title and LeBron get his 5th ring?
For you it would, not for me.
That'd be great.
But no, because I don't want you motherfuckers being tied with me. I got bragging rights right now, regardless what the fuck you thought about the finals. So,
bro, this is the most watered down, easiest fucking path I've ever seen a team ever get to the NBA finals. And then Team USA has probably single-handedly lit a battery in Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's back.
Yeah.
Okay, you got Tatum out there. The nigga didn't play, although you put him in the gold medal game albeit he played some in the second half too. You know, if I had to change anything about Team USA, don't bring Steve Kerr's ass back. I don't really like what the fuck he's doing with that.
No.
In terms of player personnel or however you want to play it, there's no way. And I mean, you didn't even see Derek White at all that game.
Right.
And it was just fine defensively. Then you pissed Jaylen Brown off. So, yeah, Boston fuck around, get back to the finals again.
Jaylen was probably texting Tatum or calling him the whole time like, you see? Yes, I'm glad I didn't fucking go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we finna fuck the NBA up, man. Go ahead and rest up, champ.
Yeah, Jason Tatum probably texted Jaylen like, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I should have never brought my motherfucking ass up here. This is a waste of time.
And you gotta think about it, because when Tatum last time he played in the Olympics, he was the guy on the
Yeah,
team. He
yeah.
was the guy. So like he thinking, okay, I'm gonna come back, play with LeBron, Steph, KD. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get my points and all that. No, nope. I mean, Halliburton, why the fuck was he there? He didn't really play like that.
He was.
Embiid,
Go ahead.
Embiid was only there just to guard against Joker in the fucking Serbia game.
And let's cut the bullshit. And B was there because he saw that was the easiest way for him to get a fucking gold medal. That's it. If we being totally fucking honest.
I mean, I don't know what the beef is between him and France, but they don't like that nigga, and he doesn't seem to give a fuck either. So
he got a gold medal and MVP. I don't think he give a fuck.
let's see if he gets to the third round.
Yeah, that's the only thing missing on his resume. That and the finals appearance.
It's not gonna happen with Paul George and them niggas though.
We're gonna say that for a different conversation, though, man. Let's go ahead and jump off into some football, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
All right. First up, we are going to break down the NFC West division. For those of y'all not familiar with the NFC West, that is the San Francisco 49ers, the LA Rams, the Seattle Seahawks, and the Arizona Cardinals. First up, we have the San Francisco 49ers. Lost in the Super Bowl last year, went 12-5. Some key departures for the 49ers, defensive lineman Eric Armstead, edge rusher Randy Gregory, edge rusher Chase Young, cornerback Isaiah Oliver, defensive lineman Javon Kinlaw, defensive lineman Sebastian Joseph Day, linebacker Oren Burks, tight end Ross Dwelly, right tackle Matt Pryor. Some key additions for the 49ers, defensive lineman Malik Collins, linebacker Devondre Campbell, tight end Logan Thomas, edge rusher Leonard Floyd, cornerback Rocky Sin, linebacker Jordan Elliott. Ryan, you go ahead and you take off on this one first.
You see they got Dobbs too. That's interesting. I mean, finishing when you go to the Super Bowl, you're going to be picking last. So, all things considered, they did the best thing they could. I give it a C plus. I do like the addition of Dobbs. Maybe he could be in the offense. I don't know if Ricky Purcell is going to play out wide receiver. They need to go ahead and get a couple more wide receivers. How that shit's going. Let's just be honest. What the fuck's going on in San Francisco? Okay, like y'all don't want to pay nobody. And I mean, damn, they just paid Bosa. Okay. They just paid Debo. Okay. See, this is the thing when you get to that second contract, right? Now it affects the teams in other ways. Okay. Now it's like, okay, do we pay Wagner or do we pay Ayuk? Because we can't do it both. Do we give Trent an extension even though he's already under contract for the next 2 years? Or what do we do? So I don't know. 49ers usually always draft pretty good. They always have decent drafts. They always have a couple rookies to stand out. If you ask me, 49ers are going to probably bar an injury, probably handle the NFC West like they normally do, foot to ass. So I will give it on to you, sir. And how do you feel about the 49ers draft?
I do think they lose a couple of key pieces with Eric Armstead, even though I know he had some health issues last couple of years. Defensive lineman Sebastian Joseph Day. Chase Young kind of came on pretty nice at the end of the season. The biggest question that I have and everybody else have with this team is what the fuck is going on with Brandon Ayuk? Because if they lose him, that is a huge piece to that offense. And not saying that I don't think Ricky Pearsall can step in, but the 49ers offense has been a very well-oiled machine the last couple of years. So asking them to come in and just fit right into that offense, that's a tall task for a rookie. Another question I have is they lose, I think, offensive coordinator or pass game coordinator, Clint Kubiak. He was there, been there the last couple of years. How is that gonna affect Brock Purdy, especially if Brandon Ayuk leaves? Because I like Debo, but Debo's not, to me, he's not a wide receiver one. I've never seen him route nobody up. He does better in wide receiver screens and curl routes, anything that allows him to get yards after the catch. I don't like him on deep passes or like deep crossing routes or anything like that. So I feel like if the 49ers do lose Brandon Ayuk, that's gonna put a lot more weight, a lot more responsibility and pressure on Christian McCaffrey. Although I think he can handle it. Let's not forget Christian McCaffrey has battled injuries in the past. I'm not wishing him to get injured, but I'm speaking facts. So I do expect the 49ers to be in the playoff race. Maybe they win the NFC West again. If they do, I'm not going to be surprised, but I do expect them to be in the playoffs come 2024.
Yeah, like what Ayuk does, he makes it to where you can't double team either him or Debo.
Right.
He's the one that's in motion. He's the one that's having the deep crossing route, the deep route. He's the deep threat on the team. So with that being taken away, it puts more emphasis on stopping the run. It puts more emphasis on stopping Debo. Kittle can't get off like he normally does because once Brandon and Debo is getting off and they start paying attention to them, then Kittle starts coming through the underneath routes. He might turn a 5-yard underneath route to a 25-yard gain. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Things like that. So it's a ripple effect, and they need to get this corrected. Maybe right now they honestly don't feel like they have to, but if they want to continue the success they've been having, they need to figure it out.
Yeah, and I don't understand how y'all didn't want to give him the money that he was asking for, but yet y'all feel like he's worth 2 first-round picks because that's what the fuck y'all were asking for in the beginning. So, of course, other teams are offering him, like I know Pittsburgh, we offered them the same contract. But I kind of understand where Ayuk is coming from. I could sign, but damn, why did I have to take all this for me to get this type of contract that I'm asking from y'all?
Because you only did it for 1 year.
Well, he's done it. He's been reliable the last like few years he's been there. I think last year, not last year, but the year before that, I think he got injured or something, and it just took a while to work him into the starting lineup. But I hope they finally cave and trade him to Pittsburgh because we could definitely use him. We could definitely use him.
Bro, like once they got the asking for 2 first rounders, he wanted to go to Cleveland. Cleveland said, "Fuck no."
No, he didn't want to go to Cleveland. No, he didn't want to go to Cleveland.
Oh,
he didn't want to go to Cleveland.
I read something where he came. The 2 teams he wanted to go to was either Pittsburgh or Cleveland. But 2 first rounders. Like, are you trying? That's fucking somebody's whole franchise for 2 years, bro. Like, we don't got 2 years to sit around and hope and pray and all that. No, bro, that's not gonna work.
And I know the Steelers have been a relatively cheap franchise, but it's always worked out for them. But Omar Khan ain't going for that shit. Maybe if you was maybe if you was Justin Jefferson or somebody like, yeah, I think we'd be willing to give up 2 first-round picks, but even then, that's stretching
it. I don't know. Honestly, the 49ers, they strapped for cash, bro. They just paid Bosa and Debo. So they gotta wait till next year. And they just paid Christian McCaffrey. And where is this? Brock Purdy's 3rd fucking year.
Yep.
So now it's like, oh, now we're gonna have to pay him in a minute. So,
and then keep in mind, if Dre Greenlaw can come back healthy, you might have to, you're gonna have to make a choice between him and Fred Warner. So,
actually, I called the nigga Wagner. I don't know why I did that.
It's all good.
I don't know, man. It seems like the teams that always lose the Super Bowl have a lot of problems afterwards.
Yep. Because it's hard to get everybody to buy back in and, it's hard to, I feel like in the NFL, it's hardest to make the Super Bowl or win in the NFL because it's just like every week you got one chance to do it. No. Moving on, we have the Los Angeles Rams who finished 10-7 last year, lost in the wild card round to the Detroit Lions. Key departures for the LA Rams: lose offensive lineman Coleman Shelton, wide receiver Ben Skoranek, safety Jordan Fuller, left tackle Tremaine Ankrum. I think that's how you pronounce his name, Ankrum. Edge rusher Ernest Brown. Some key additions for this team: they get Jimmy G as backup QB, Tre'Davious White at corner, Darius Williams at corner, Jonah Jackson at left guard, Kobe Parkinson at tight end, and Cameron Curl at safety. Ryan, I'll let you take off on the first one. You go ahead and take off on this one.
I don't know how Jimmy G makes you better. They got Blake Corum at running back in the draft. Tight end Kobe Parkinson. Really offensively, It's gonna come down to, can Cooper Cup stay healthy? Can Puka do what he did last year? Can they find some type of running game? Like, I don't know why. Well, I guess because of the Todd Gurley experience, that's probably why he doesn't want to go out and get one of those kind of backs. He'd rather just go out and get a scat back because it best fits his offense. I don't know. I feel like the Rams could be a playoff team, but losing Aaron Donald hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts. That hurts. And then letting go of Carson Wentz and getting Jimmy Garoppolo isn't exactly a winning recipe either. But okay.
I mean, I would agree.
Yeah, from what I'm looking at here, it's a decent draft for the Rams. I give it a B minus. I mean, they just have to see how it works out on the field. I mean, I trust McVay and his play calling skills. We just have to see how it comes together.
Well, with this Rams team, I'm kind of expecting more of the same of what we saw last year, maybe a little bit more. I mean, they're bringing back the entire offensive core. You got a Pook on a rookie contract. Kyron Williams, I don't think he's up for contract just yet. He had a big year last year, and then you're adding Blake Corum, so that gives you a two-headed monster at the running back position. I do like what they did on defense. They went and got Cameron Curl. He's a nice little safety out of Washington. I like the two rookies that they added. I'm a big fan of Braden Fisk. I saw him in his last two games at Florida State. That dude is just a fucking wrecking ball. That big motherfucker is just a wrecking ball. Then I do like they got Jared Verse in the first round, and he's, from what I've been seeing in training camp and all the videos and stuff that I've been seeing, he's a disruptor. He is a disruptor of the football. So I think the Rams will be more of a defensive presence next year, but I do expect to see more of the same on offense. The biggest thing is they're coming into the season with a healthy Cooper Kupp and hopefully a healthy Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford was able to, rework his contract to give them a little more flexibility. So I can't see it unless anything happens to where somebody gets hurt seriously. I don't see the Rams, falling behind, not necessarily falling behind, but taking a backseat or, what do you call it? Regressing from what we saw last year, especially with, the 49ers losing some key pieces and whatnot. I think they could, there's a lot of uncertainty in the NFC West, but they could overtake the 49ers. I'm not saying they will, but it's a possibility.
I mean, when you look at the NFC West the last couple of years, it's really just been between the Rams and 49ers.
Yeah.
I mean, they had that one year. Didn't everybody make it? Oh, no, it was Cardinals, Rams, and 49ers. Those three teams made it. No, and Seattle, I think, one year made it too.
No, I mean, I know what you're talking about, though.
NFC West is probably always going to be in the top three when we have conversation on what's the toughest divisions in football. Yeah. But if we're going off the last couple of years, it's really only the Rams that's the only team that can consistently beat the 49ers.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the 49ers have done everything but win the Super Bowl.
And they just keep running into the damn Chiefs.
Yep.
Next up, we have the Seattle Seahawks, who obviously missed the playoffs last year, went 9-8. Key departures for this team: safety Jamal Adams, cornerback Quandre Diggs, tight end Will Dissly, linebacker Bobby Wagner, Drew Lock at QB, Devin Bush at linebacker, Evan Brown at center, running back DJ Dallas. They also fired head coach Pete Carroll. Some key additions for this team: left guard Laken Tomlinson, linebacker Jerome Baker, Rayshawn Jenkins, left tackle George Fant, linebacker Tyrell Dodson, defensive lineman John Hankins, Kevon Wallace at safety, and then they hired head coach Mike McDonald. I'm going to take this one first. So I understand that y'all gave Geno Smith that contract last year. And granted, he had a down year last year, but it wasn't his fault. I think he was one of the most pressured and sacked QBs in the league last year. So I'm not totally putting last season on Geno Smith. I will say that I'm already not a fan of Mike McDonald. I'm a fan of what he was able to do in Baltimore, but him taking his head coaching job and then coming in trying to change the culture in Seattle, from what I've heard, he's been taking down pictures and posters of the Super Bowl win and the Legion of Boom and stuff like that. I understand you trying to create your own aura and your own legacy, but to come in and do that, like, you haven't done anything.
Right. That's
You have
part
not.
of
You ain't done
that's part of
nothing.
the team's history, not your history.
Right. Like, you have not done anything to give you the right to come in and do that. But I think this actually might be the year we might see the Seahawks finish last in this division again, simply because I don't have a whole lot of faith in this defense. I think the 49ers, the Rams, and the Cardinals are going to be significantly better on offense, and I'm not sure the Seahawks are going to be able to compete with them on the defensive side of the ball. Granted, Kenneth Walker's still there. I expect Jackson Smith and Jigba to, take that leap next year and be that number one wide receiver. DK Metcalf, of course, he's going to get a lot of number one attention. He's going to get the attention of the number one corner, which is why I'm expecting Jackson Smith and Jigba to take that leap. So I don't have faith in this team to be very competitive. They're turning over a new leaf with a head coach, and you got a quarterback who's, whether you like it or not, he's getting older. So this might be a situation where they might have to start midway through the season. They might have to start looking ahead to the draft. But go ahead, Ryan. You take off on the Seahawks team.
It just depends on what their offensive philosophy is going to be. Like, I think it's been proven that you can't just be a power football team and try to win games on play action. Now, if you want to give a team that's gotten away with that for a long time, yeah, you could throw in Seattle, but the NFL is trending towards you have to spread them out, you have to move the ball. I mean, you can have elements of a power running football team, but you have to pass the football if you want to be successful. And we'll just see if that offensive line can protect Geno so he can find his targets. He has some weapons down the field.
Yeah.
It's just the matter of, can he get them the ball in a more consistent rate? So it'll be interesting to see what happens. They lost a lot of pieces, though. They lost a lot of pieces to where I don't know if they'll be able to bounce back. They might not be able to win even 9 games. We'll just have to see. It's the NFL. It's always evolving and changing. So we will see.
Yes, we will. Moving on to the last team in this division, the Arizona Cardinals at 4-13. Some key departures for this Cardinals team is Marquise Brown at wide receiver, Zeke Turner at linebacker, wide receiver Rondale Moore, and cornerback Antonio Coleman. Some key additions for this team: wide receiver Zay Jones, defensive lineman Justin Jones, defensive lineman Bilal Nichols, left tackle Jonah Williams, cornerback Sean Murphy Bunting, center Evan Brown, wide receiver Mac Wilson, quarterback Desmond Ridder, running back DJ Dallas, and of course they drafted highly touted wide receiver prospect Marvin Harrison Jr. at wide receiver. I'm going to take this one first. I think the Cardinals might actually surprise a lot of people next year. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs. I'm not saying they, going to win the division or nothing like that. But I think they're going to be a very fun team to watch, especially on offense. You got wide receiver Michael Wilson, who actually showed out last year. He surprised the fuck out of me. The tight end, I forgot the tight end's name. I can't think of his name right now, but he showed up to be a hell of a player last year. And James Conner, I wouldn't consider him like a top 10 running back or anything like that, but he's been very consistent, getting you yards after the catch. He has a little bit of power running in him. So I'm expecting the Cardinals to get at least 9 wins, maybe be in the wild card race next year. When you look at what they were able to do, like the last 5 or 6 games of the season, they came on and they looked pretty good. You get a fully healthy Kyler, you get him a dominant wide receiver like Marvin Harrison Jr. to throw the ball to, and then you get him some guys on the offensive line to protect him, because that's been the Cardinals' area of concern since Kyler came into the league. So, I mean, the sky's the limit for this Cardinals team. I still think they have 1 or 2 pieces that they need to put them over the top to, be a contender, be a possible, player, the division winner. So, that's my thoughts on the Cardinals.
Look, man, when is this nigga gonna play?
Who's that?
Marvin Harrison Jr. Where is he gonna play? Okay, you finagled your way through the draft, which I'm not mad at you because if you go watch Ohio State last year, he was Ohio State offensively.
Right.
Whenever they needed a big play, that's who they were going to. You having contract discrepancies on jersey sales because you want more than $1 million you'll get if all things go accordingly. It's like, okay, bro, can you do something on the field? Okay, that's how you got here by doing shit on the field.
Right.
James Conner, I like James Conner, but it's just he takes too much fucking punishment. I think at one point last year he's playing with cracked ribs. Um, it's just Arizona's a team you want to root for because they just they're like the underdog team that they need to do good.
Right.
You just want to root for them, and obviously, my boy Kyler. I mean, like I've always said, if you were to take Kyler, let's flip it. If hell, if you take Kyler and put him on the Rams, I think they can go. If you take Kyler and put him on the Bengals, I think they can go. Like I just think he just never had outside that 1 year in 2021 or 2020 where like everything just clicked and he had all the right pieces and everything worked for him the right way. It's just he didn't need the level of consistency, and it starts obviously with the offensive line and then the skill position. So this season to me is going to rest on whatever the offensive line does.
Well, I would agree. Go ahead.
And they drafted 6 cornerbacks. So, I mean, because like every time you watched Arizona last year, they get killed down the middle.
Mm-hmm. I just like the fact that the front office, they addressed their needs. You know what I mean? They obviously needed some pieces on the offensive line, and then they needed a wide receiver after letting Marquise Brown walk to can't go to Kansas City. So they addressed their needs. And another thing that I really enjoyed there was no like offseason drama with Kyler this year. Like he got his money, he was just able to train and heal, get ready for next season.
They look, man. First of all, they didn't like the mold is breaking for a prototypical quarterback, right? You got to be 6'6", 260 pounds. You got to be a pocket quarterback. Now it's more like, can you extend the play? Do you have some mobility? You know what I'm saying? What can you do when it's off schedule? That's what the quarterback position is evolving into now. And they were just having problems because they felt like Kyler was on Fortnite too much. And eventually it's gonna be like, look, bro, do you want to win football games or do you want to keep up with your rank online? But I feel like, look, bro, when they was winning all those football games a couple years ago, when wasn't nobody crying about Kyler being online too much, it's just you gotta have the right cohesion and the right pieces together for it to gel and mesh. And I just think Cliff Kingsbury wasn't the answer. I still don't know. Still don't know if the guy they hired is the answer. Does he have the right philosophy and what they want to do? But it's interesting that both the wide receivers they let go got hurt.
No, seriously.
That's crazy. I mean, not like Rondell Moore, and then my nigga Marquise. It's like, can I just get 5 healthy years of Marquise Brown and see what it look like?
Right. And one good year. One good year of Marquise Brown.
That was his rookie year.
Yeah. Yeah, he flashed. I mean, he flashed here and there. He actually flashed a little bit with the Cardinals last year. It's just they were a bad team, so they really flew under the radar.
Yeah, nobody watching that shit.
True. All right, moving on to the AFC West. And for those of y'all that are not familiar with the AFC West, that is the Kansas City Chiefs, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Denver Broncos, and the Los Angeles Chargers. We're actually going to go backwards this time. We're going to start with the team that finished last first. First up, we have the Los Angeles Chargers, who finished last year 5-12. Some key departures for this team. Obviously, they fired head coach Brandon Staley, a wide receiver, Keenan Allen, wide receiver, Mike Williams, linebacker, Eric Kendricks, running back, Austin Eckler, tight end, Gerald Everett, defensive lineman, Austin Johnson, cornerback, Mike Davis, linebacker Kenneth Murray, wide receiver Jalen Guyton, and center Will Clapp. Some key additions for this team: tight end Will Disley, center Bradley Bozeman, tight end Hayden Hurst, wide receiver DJ Chark, running back Gus Edwards, edge rusher Bud Dupree, linebacker Denzel Perryman, defensive lineman Poona Ford, running back J.K. Dobbins, and of course, they hired Jim Harbaugh as their head coach.
Yeah,
Ryan, you take this one first.
Them running backs was a hardball package. All right, I give you Gus and J.K. DJ Chark, he's actually under the radar as a decent wide receiver, but I don't know if he replaces the production that you got from Keenan Allen or Mike Williams. I'm gonna call a spade here. They're fucked, but they have a quarterback, so they're not gonna be fucked for too long because you can put pieces around that and make that work. What I don't like is they went 5-12 last year, but shit, man, how many of those games they had won or they were winning at one point and they lost?
Yeah.
So I feel like with Harbaugh, he's gonna have a physical football team. I really wouldn't change too much on the offense. I really wouldn't change too much. Just defensively, get off the field. And in situational football, I think he'll be a lot better than the coach they had. But do I think they're going to make the playoffs and do all these great things this year? No. But can it happen? Sure. But will it happen? I don't know. He might overachieve, get 10, 11 wins, and the Chargers, Harbaugh, they're back, and then losing the playoffs, and then what's going on? But I don't know. I just can't see it right now. I feel like Chargers lost too much this offseason.
I would agree.
Wide receiver one.
Yeah. I would agree. I'm going to piggyback off everything that you said. I don't think this is going to be the year for the Chargers. I think this might be year just to see what they got and see if whatever Jim Harbaugh's plan is, to see if it's going to work. I hope you don't try to bring that same style of play, that power running shit at Michigan. I hope you don't try to bring that to the NFL, because you obviously see that's not what the NFL is anymore. Jim Harbaugh being a quarterback himself, I do like his pairing with Justin Herbert. Maybe he can help him try to, mold into the QB that everybody's wanting to see him turn into. The only issue is they didn't really get him a whole lot of wide receiver help this offseason. I mean, yeah, they got him DJ Chark. He's a nice wide receiver. This lad McConkey guy out of Georgia, I don't see what everybody's talking about. I get it. He's from Georgia, national champ. I get all that. I'm not gonna say excited, but I do want to see what Jerry Rice's son Brendan Rice can turn into if he can be a player here in the NFL. They got J.K. Dobbins, who's coming off of a serious injury, but him being in a Harbaugh offense could work out for him. It's going to be a lot of figuring out for this offense. My biggest question is the defense. Can Joey Bosa stay healthy? Can Derwin James have a year like he had last year? And what is Khalil Mack going to be? I mean, granted, Khalil Mack didn't have a bad season last year. He had somewhat of a resurgence, but once again, they flew under the radar because the Chargers just were not a good team. So for the Chargers, it's just, I don't see it this year. And if you are a Chargers fan, don't get your hopes up to make the playoffs. But like Ryan's been saying, it's the NFL. Anything can happen. They can pull off 10 and 11 wins, but keep in mind, you do got to see them monsters at the top of the division twice a year. So you'll always have that to look forward to. But what's going to benefit them, as well as I think other teams in this division, the AFC West has been kind of, it's not all that good. You got the Chiefs, and then that's it. Everybody else is kind of here. They go hand in hand, so they'll have that going for them. But I don't expect to see much from this Chargers team, not this season.
Couldn't have said it better myself, my friend.
All right, next up, we have the 8-9 Denver Broncos, who obviously missed the playoffs last year. Some key departures for this team. Quarterback Russell Wilson, linebacker Josie Jewell, wide receiver Jerry Jeudy, center Lloyd Cushenberry. Some key additions for this team: edge rusher John Franklin, John Franklin Myers, QB Zach Wilson, cornerback Levi Wallace, and wide receiver Josh Reynolds. I know you've been waiting, Ryan. You go ahead and take off on this Denver team.
Look, man. All right, let's go back. Sean Payton's first year. Oh, this fucking shit was ran horribly and blah 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 blah. And what did you do?
Nothing.
Nothing. And then, you get rid of a Super Bowl quarterbacks playing 2 Super Bowls who has a ton of football experience. You can go and get Bo Nix, and Zach Wilson is the guy Bo Nix is supposed to model his game after. You're setting that motherfucker up for failure before he even begins. And then, get rid of Jerry Jeudy. That was your best fucking receiver. But I think Jerry Jeudy was just tired of being in Denver anyway. Let's just call this a spade. This would be the beginning of the end of the Sean Payton experience. Now, it wouldn't piss me off, but it'd be crazy as fuck to see Bo Nix go out there and look like Drew Brees. I'd be like, oh, okay. This is the same guy. Motherfucker, he played against Tua, Mac Jones, and Jalen Hurts. All the motherfuckers have been in the NFL over 3 years. He's just now getting to the NFL. What, this nigga's like 26, 27 years old being a rookie?
Yeah, 25, I believe.
I rest my case. I mean, he took what was available, and well, you'll be back on Fox soon, my friend. Be back on Fox soon, permanently. I don't. Oh, he's 24. Okay. I just don't. When you watch Denver, it's like, what are y'all doing? Like, what's your identity as an offense? Like, it just looks like they're struggling to get something to work.
Right.
Now watch Denver.
Denver is another. I don't think they'll make the wild card, but this team itself is a wild card. I don't know what they're going to be. I mean, from what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing from Bo Nix, I mean, he looks pretty good, and a lot of the players have been raving about him. But
what they gonna sit here and say he's dog shit and been training for? What are they supposed to say?
True. I'm hoping Javonte Williams can come back. He battled with some injuries, last couple of years. I'm hoping he can come back healthy and take over the lead back role in this offense again. And I mean, Sean Payton has had success working with these shorter quarterbacks outside JJ McCarthy, who's when he's taller, but that's college. But I'm hoping Sean Payton is not trying to mold Bo Nix into Drew Brees, because it's only going to be one Drew Brees, just like it's only one Pat Mahomes, it's only one Mike. Like let him be Bo Nix. Don't do the same thing that you was doing with Russ and try to belittle this man because he's not the quarterback that you're trying to mold him into be. You're going to kill his confidence, and he'll fuck around and be out the league in about 3 or 4 years. But I still think that they still have a lot of potential. They got a ton of I'm not gonna say a ton of wide receivers, but they still got some nice wide receivers. Marvin Mims, he actually had a pretty good year last year, in the return game and as a wide receiver. I'm hoping Tim Patrick can come back healthy. He was looking like a pretty, not dominant, but a pretty decent wide receiver before he got hurt. And Cortland Sutton has been quietly one of the more consistent wide receivers in this NFL the last couple of years, just playing on a bad team and in a very confusing ass offense. So with the Broncos, this may be. I think after this season, Sean Payton, if he's not fired, he's definitely going to be on the hot seat. So this is another season for the Broncos where you should not expect them to have a whole lot of success.
He's bought himself a couple of years, and here's why: they don't have a quarterback, so you can't really place expectations on something if they don't have a quarterback. Now, if Bo Nix comes out there like Mac Jones has his decent rookie year and then regresses, then you can start building the case where, okay, we need to get him the fuck out of here because he don't know what the fuck he's doing. We gave Russ all this fucking money. and then now it's over with. So it's going to be a really interesting situation to watch. I'm not expecting Denver to do much of anything this year, but I will be paying attention to the play at quarterback.
I agree. I would agree. Next up, we have the Las Vegas Raiders, who went 8-9. Some key additions for this team. I don't even know if you can call it a key addition, but they part ways with quarterback Jimmy G. They part ways with running back. They part ways with quarterback Jimmy G. They let go of they let running back Josh Jacobs walk. Defensive lineman Bilal Nichols, Jerry Tillery at defensive line, Jermaine Illuminor offensive line, and tight end Austin Hooper. Some key additions for this team: they get left guard Cody Whitehair, left tackle Andres Pete, defensive lineman Christian Wilkins, quarterback Gardner Minshew, running back Alexander Madison, tight end Harrison Bryant, and wide receiver Jalen Guyton. And of course, like Ryan said, they drafted Brock Bowers. Ryan, you already started. You go ahead and take off on the Raiders.
Look, man, I love Antonio. Going back to his days on the Giants, I just loved how he played linebacker. Part of the reason why I wanted to play linebacker. Anyway, I feel like this could kind of be like Detroit 2.0. It's just he needs a quarterback. What is their offensive scheme going to be like? You got one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, Devontae, just feed that nigga. I mean, Gardner Minshew has showed he can win football games. I just don't know if he can get to the playoffs. But losing Josh Jacobs hurt, and that definitely hurts. But getting rid of Jimmy Garoppolo is a step in the right direction if you want to progress as a offense, I guess. And I'm not shitting on Jimmy. It's just he just fit systems. Sometimes quarterback, and sometimes systems make players. And that was a case with Jimmy Garoppolo being with the 49ers and then seeing him with the Raiders. They have enough to squeeze in the wild card. It's just going to come down to are they bought in, do they believe, and who the fuck is the quarterback? I guess it's going to be Gardner Minshew.
Or Aiden O'Connell.
Flip a coin on that.
I actually agree with you that the Raiders can be a wild card team. I mean, I like them getting Christian Wilkins on the defensive line because now you got to block him and you got to block Max. And with the season, with the how Max has come along the last couple of years, like good luck trying to block both of them motherfuckers. But you're gonna get some subpar QB play now. Aiden O'Connell, he wasn't a Pro Bowler, he wasn't elite, but he showed he can play last year. And like you said, Gardner Minshew, he showed he can play in this league and at least be a starter, at least be a serviceable starter. So, and Jacoby Myers didn't have the greatest season last year, but he showed that he can be a guy.
He's not the fastest motherfucker.
He's not, but he can play. I've been hearing a lot of rumblings about this Zamir White, and he had some games. I'm not ready to buy in. I'm not ready to buy into him just yet. You know what you're gonna get out of Devontae Adams, so there's no reason to even talk about that. But as long as Antonio Pierce can keep this team motivated, I think they'll be one of those teams that are middle of the pack. The issue is the AFC is going to be very competitive next year. So them squeezing in a wild card, they're really going to have to overachieve. Granted, them being in the AFC West outside of the Chiefs is really going to help them because that division is not going to be all that great next year. So as long as this team can play motivated and stay healthy, and they can find ways to feed Devontae Adams the ball without having to force him to goddamn ball, I think they'll be okay. I am interested to see how Brock Bowers can fit into this offense if they're going to run two tight end sets with him and Michael Mayer. But I'm up in there on this team. The Raiders are that historic franchise. They've been around for a while, and I kind of want to see. I at least want to see them make the fucking playoffs, man. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to see. And look, Las Vegas. Let this be Antonio Pierce's bridge year, okay? Because don't expect him to go to the Super Bowl, and because he doesn't he doesn't have enough to work with. So if he don't do good this season, don't fire him. Give him some more pieces. Give him another year, give him a quarterback, give him some more to work with before y'all decide what direction y'all want to go into.
Give him a fucking quarterback, man.
Yeah, that too.
Give him, I mean, shit. Now I was watching Shador's podcast, and then he asked his brother, "What's the likelihood of me going to the Raiders or the Cowboys?" Shit, now it's 50-50 now.
At this point, yeah.
Shit, nigga, but it's so fucked up, man, because there's been so many teams throughout history that achieve so much without a quarterback.
Yeah.
To where it's like, well, yeah, we could do it. No, you need a quarterback. You need one. In this league, it's a quarterback-driven league, baby. You need a quarterback. So
what Deion say? You need somebody that can spin it. Plain and simple.
Yep. And speaking of that, Kansas City.
Yes, sir. Last but not least, we have the 11-6 Kansas City Chiefs. Well, who went 11-6 last year, but won the Super Bowl. Some key departures for this Chiefs team: wide receiver Marquez Valdez-Scantling, safety Mike Edwards, left guard Nick Allegretti, linebacker Willie Gay, cornerback L'Jarius Sneed. Some key additions for this team. They didn't really have a whole lot of them, but wide receiver Marquise Brown, tight end Irv Smith Jr., and they drafted Xavier Woodley in the first round. I say Xavier Woodley. Xavier Worthy in the first round. Now, this is Ryan's newly claimed team, so I'm gonna let him have the
this
first.
This nigga gonna say newly claimed, bro. I picked him to beat Temple, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, but that's your team. That's your team now. You was a Patriots fan, now you're a Chiefs fan.
Look, I go wherever Mahomes goes. Brady retired. I'm not going to fucking Fox.
Right.
Okay. Look, man. Get my guy some pieces, get an offensive line, get some niggas that's gonna catch the fucking ball, and things are gonna work out. I mean, dude, he's literally won a Super Bowl every way. From having a high-powered offense to not having a high-powered offense, from having the worst defense to having the best defense. He's won every kind of way. Andy Reid, since he was with the Eagles, has been a tremendous drafter, has a great eye for talent. So if we can, miss injuries like what happened to Marquise Saturday, they should be all right. I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to three-peat, they're going to win the Super Bowl again, but at some point, we're going to make our picks as the season progresses, and that's going to be that. But smells like an MVP is in the air for Mr. Mahomes. It's time to get that thing back going. I mean, got to cash in. Travis is at the tail end of his prime, and he's getting up there. I think he's about 63, 64 now. So this is the window they're in, because like when we talk about dynasties, they don't really last that long, outside of the Patriots. I mean, they shit lasted so long they had two separate dynasties.
True.
So I mean, for them to get the fourth one in 5 years, 6 years, wow, that would be crazy. We'll just have to see what Spag calls up. Did they pay Chris?
Yeah, they paid Chris.
Okay.
That's why they let L'Jarius go.
That hurt. Motherfucker. I want to keep you until I can trade you. Right. Go ahead, bro.
I expect the Chiefs to be a little bit better than they were last season in the regular season. I mean, it got off to a very, very rough start. I mean, when they came out and lost to the Lions, the motherfuckers was clenching their booty holes like gripping the bottom of their chairs, just like, oh my God, is this what the fuck we got to look forward to all season? But I mean, they got it together. I like the fact that the Chiefs kind of saw that we are not gonna. If we want to three-peat or have a chance to get back to another Super Bowl, we can't keep this same fucking wide receiver core. So them, they went out and got Marquise Brown, who's he's been a pretty good receiver in this league when healthy. And then them drafting Xavier Worthy. I'm not completely sold on him. Xavier Worthy he's fast. I give him that, but. If I'm him, granted, I don't think Tyreek is gonna really give them, the advantage. But if I'm him, I'm talking to Tyreek to see how to use my speed as an advantage and to help me get better. Because that's kind of what Tyreek was before he got molded into the receiver that he is. Tyreek was just a fast dude.
We talking about Tyreek about 5'10", 205, 210 muscle. So like, if you do hit the motherfucker, you gonna bounce off this nigga. Xavier Worthy's about what, 6'1", 6'2", 168 pounds. You better be talking to Deshaun Jackson, Randy Moss and them. Okay, nigga, how do I dominate outside of these numbers?
Right.
Because if I go in, it's not gonna be too pretty. And then I've been seeing some videos. Niggas been getting bullied at practice.
Yeah.
And he went to Texas. I'm a Sooners fan. Shit. First play of the game, nigga took a bubble screen 80 yards, 70 yards to the house. So he definitely, if you fuck up on that angle,
bye.
bye.
You better fall down and do what you can to get your ass out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he might end up just being a really good special teams guy or a gadget player on the offense. I don't see him molded into somebody that you can consistently throw the ball to. The biggest question is Rashee Rice, with it, because he's going to be suspended for the first few games of the season. So, getting him back and getting him up to speed in the offense that might be an issue. Isaiah Pacheco, I do expect him to have a bigger year than he did last year. I think they'll be okay on the defense. I mean, they are losing. They did lose Brian. They did lose Mike Edwards, who he was a pretty, he's a nice safety for them last year. But they still have, I think, Brian Cook. He's still there. And Trent McDuffie, he's molded himself into, one of the best cornerbacks in the league. So I think the Chiefs will be okay. They're going to win the division by default because I just don't think the AFC West is going to be a division that anybody's really paying attention to outside of the Chiefs. Like, everybody has already penciled the Chiefs in to win this fucking division.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to, because you look on paper, who's their quarterback? Okay, it's only two quarterbacks in this division. And one of them has a team, and the other one is like, well, they paid me. So,
true.
I mean, shit. So, yeah, Chiefs. It'll be nice to see Chiefs get to that 12, 13, 14 win range.
Yep.
Yeah, win mark. So, be interesting. I can't wait. Speaking of can't wait, what we doing? What we doing beginning the college football season, man?
I was actually getting ready to talk to you about that. So maybe not that Saturday. I'm coming to watch the OU game Friday, but that Saturday,
Florida and Miami play that night too, bro.
Yeah. I know. So I'll be at the crib. Trust me, I will be at the crib. Yes, sir. So I'm off one of my favorite segments of the show, our thinking segment, I should say. We got to come up with a message or a slogan for each team that we just talked about. First up, we have the San Francisco 49ers. If you had to create a message or a slogan for the San Francisco 49ers, what would it be?
Find the damn money. Find the money. But, this is a fucked up situation because everybody starts crying about contracts. Then you start paying motherfuckers, and then what happens after that? Niggas start getting hurt. So, I don't know. But find the damn money. Because you're going to have to pay Brock Purdy in 2 years. You're going to have to pay him.
Maybe after this year. This year.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, it's like, and Brandon Ayuk like, fuck that, bro. I'm trying to strike while it's hot. I'm going to get paid from somewhere.
Right. Yeah. If I'm not going to get it here, somebody going to take care of me.
Nah, I mean.
For me, it's nobody cares. do it again. Because nobody. There was this big riff with, Brock Purdy. Is he a game changer, a game manager? Is he one of the top QBs in this league? Can he lead the 49ers to the Super Bowl? And he did all that. Now, a lot of people are wondering, because, the whole Ayuk situation and whatnot, them losing some key players on defense, or can the 49ers do it again? We don't care about the Ayuk situation. We don't care about y'all losing Chase Young and some of these guys on defense. If you want to prove that, y'all the team and Brock Purdy's the guy for y'all, do it again. We ain't trying to hear none of that bullshit. That's for the 49ers, nobody cares. Do it again.
Damn you, Greg, you'll cut the grass before me, you piece of shit. Now I'm playing.
Next up, we have the Los Angeles Rams. If you had to create a message or a slogan for the Los Angeles Rams for this upcoming season, what would it be?
Be consistent. I think the Rams, they get in these slumps where they're not too sure about their identity as a team, and it hurts them. It hurts their consistency. So, okay, you got Cooper Kupp for now. You got Puka for now. So, I still think they need a third receiver, and they need, to be honest with you, they need to get a fucking running back. I like Blake Corum, what he did at Michigan. That's good and all that. Kiss the baby, shake the hands and shit. It's the NFL now, nigga. Okay, they're not gonna hand the ball off to you 50 fucking times, and you keep running and breaking it, home run hits eventually and all that. It don't work that way. So just be more consistent, because there's gonna be some injuries. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. If the message or slogan I would have for the Rams, eliminate headaches. Like y'all got to be a more consistent offense. I mean, Matt Stafford cut down on some of them fucking turnovers. I mean, no. You know what? Scratch that. Stop living in the past. The time, like right now, because AD's gone. There's no. Y'all don't need to entertain whether Aaron Donald is coming back. OBJ is not there. That Super Bowl was a couple years ago. Stop living off that shit. You know what I'm saying? Wake up from the fucking hangover. You should be cured from the hangover by now. So if that's my thing for the Rams, is stop living in the past. Look forward, not back. Next up, we have the Seattle Seahawks. If you had to create a message or a slogan for the Seattle Seahawks, what would it be?
Protect Geno. Because if you give him time, he will pick you apart. He's that good at quarterback. And plus, I like seeing black quarterbacks go out there and be pocket passers and show you, oh, I can play football and read defenses too. Right. Yeah. So protect Geno.
For the Seahawks, I would say you can't rewrite history. Create your own history. I think what they're trying to do is, they saw what they was able to do with the Legion of Boom, when they won that Super Bowl and whatnot. And I think it might be a while before we see another defense like that. Before we see another defense that can, shut down. Y'all can argue the Bucs or whatever, but the Chiefs were missing they were missing 2-star offensive linemen. I think with the way the rules and stuff is now, it might be a minute before we see another defense that was that dominant.
The rules is 1,000% for the offense, because touchdowns, bombs, that sells versus 10-3 shutouts.
Yep, I'd agree. So Mike McDonald, whatever you trying to come in and do, like, bro, cut that shit out, because you're gonna lose the team very quickly if you're trying to do that. What about you, Ron? If you had to create a message or slogan for the Seattle Seahawks, what would it be?
Protect Geno.
That's right, you did say that. My bad. I got a little sidetracked.
It's all good.
If you had to create a message or a slogan for the Arizona Cardinals, what would it be?
Shit, protect Kyler, nigga. I mean, play Harrison. Shit, play his ass.
For me, I say let it fly. Just bro, go have fun. Like y'all, nobody's really expecting y'all to really be all that good. And there's not a whole lot of controversy surrounding Cardinals. So just go let that thing fly next year, man. This year. Like just go out there, have fun, put up some points, and be a team that people want to watch. That's all I can say about the Arizona Cardinals. Just no more, no less. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Chargers. You had to come up with a message or a slogan for the Chargers this year. What would it be, Ryan?
Trust in Harbaugh, just not this year. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the thing about Jim is he gets the most out of all his players, no matter where the fuck he is. Like I remember he took over Stanford. When he took over Stanford, I think they had just went 0 for 12, or one of the years where he got there, they went 0 for 12, and then 2 years later, they was a 10-level win team. And I mean, that transfer portal wasn't popping like how it is now. So that's coaching. So everywhere he's coached, that he's won. He's gotten to the highest point everywhere he's coached. So with the 49ers got to a Super Bowl, with Michigan got to the playoffs, finally bust through, beat Alabama, beat Washington, won a national championship. So everywhere he's gone, he's gotten the results that you want on both levels. So trust in Harbaugh, trust in the process.
If I'm I think the Chargers' message or slogan should be this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Expect the best, prepare for the worst. Expect the best, prepare for the because I know y'all got high hopes with Harbaugh coming there, and you got Justin Herbert, but I would not don't get y'all hopes up this season. Do not get y'all hopes up this season of going to the Super Bowl, making a play, because I think that with how competitive the AFC is going to be this year, I would not expect. If I'm a Chargers fan, I'm not expecting to make the playoffs. Not this year. Just not this year.
Shit, I'll take the old Raiders slogan, with sign stealers and shit. Just win, baby. Just win. Just win. Fuck it. The Flake Gate, Spygate, Pizza Gate,
White Gate, Fence Gate,
Pineapple Gate,
Wooden Gate, the Rankins Gate,
Date.
All that. Next up, we have the Denver Broncos. You had to create a message or a slogan for the Denver Broncos. What would it be?
Look for a coach. Look for a coach, because this motherfucker made you draft Bo Nix. Now and then, who's the sorry motherfucker that they got? Other motherfucker they got a quarterback that's
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. Then you got Zach Wilson. You literally got the new age Zach Wilson. Potentially. Potentially. So it's like, okay, so you got a guy who had to play 6 years of college football just to get drafted. Right. Then you got a guy who had 1 year at BYU, didn't really beat anybody, got drafted, which is why Vikings drafted that other guy that went to BYU. He ain't shit either. But hey, yeah, start looking for coaches. Might want to holler at Dion. Might want to bother Lincoln Riley. Just see what you want to do.
For me, plain and simple, go somewhere. Y'all been hollering this let's ride shit the last 3, 4, 5 years. It's time to go somewhere. Where the fuck we riding to? Because obviously you motherfuckers been broke down in the last 4, 5 years. Russ didn't help. The show Sean Payton shit. Time to go somewhere. If we gonna be riding, we need to fucking go. So don't get me in the car and we just sit. We sitting here waiting on the fucking light to turn red. It's time to go somewhere.
Sean Payton should have just chilled out and took the Chargers job. That's what he should have did. Because he could have got that Chargers job, but he took the Denver job. It's like, okay. But hindsight is everything. I mean, I'm getting a quarterback that's played in 2 Super Bowls, has never at that point, he's only had one losing season in his career.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. This Sean Payton, all that shit was Drew Brees, huh?
Yeah.
All that magic you had in it, then wiped off. Fuck it.
They know that like it's just like drawing on eyebrows.
Yeah, you
Bitch.
did shit. Get shit out the motherfucking screen,
You
bitch.
talk you got drawing on eyebrows, you talking shit, bitch. Say something else. Say something else. Say it. I dare you. Say something else.
They're tattooed on actually. Spit a little shea butter on them, give them their shot. Look at that.
Next up, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. If you had to create a message or a slogan for the Las Vegas Raiders, what would it be, bro?
Just win, baby. Oh no. Shit, nigga. Do it for sure, nigga. But you'll have to find you a quarterback, bro, because this ain't it. I'm sorry, this ain't it. I know you like to think it's it. It ain't it. This ain't it. It looked nice. It's not. It looked cool. It's not. You know. Gardner, but I like Gardner Minshew. He was the last good quarterback that Mike Leach had. RP Mike Leach. And in college, he was slinging that thing. If they don't get caught up in a snowstorm, they might go to the Pac-12 championship game and make the playoffs. Then we could have played them, whooped their ass, and got to the national championship game. But you know, it is what it is. I like Gardner Minshew. He has potential, but yeah, you better start looking at who's going to be doing something in college next year.
I'd agree. For me, for the Raiders, make it ugly. Just make it Antonio Pierce's style of football. He has a really smash mouth style of football. So I mean, y'all don't have any. You guys are not going to be a super flashy team. You know, I don't expect y'all to put up 50, 60, 30, 40 points a game. So if y'all want to win, y'all gonna have to make it ugly. Like make it ugly. Christian Wilkins and Max Crosby wreak havoc. Every offensive, defensive, y'all need to be firing off the ball, trying to smack every quarterback and running back you can. So for the Las Vegas Raiders, make it ugly.
Put them in a dog fight.
And last but not least, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. If you had to create a message or a slogan for the Kansas City Chiefs, what would it be?
Don't put that fucking camera on Taylor. don't look, bro. We get it. He's fucking her. They're in love. Cool. I don't need to see that shit every 60 seconds. All right. I'm not hating on him. You know, I love young love and all that good shit, but who gives a fuck? All right. She's rich. He's rich. Not as rich, but he's rich. You know what I'm saying? And they had to buy a new crib just to
get the fuck away from the media.
For her to feel more secure, nigga, he had to buy a bigger crib. Like, all right, well, yeah, I got it. I can do that. I can do that. But no. To be honest, let's build more continuity on offense, and let's see how fucked off the defense is with losing a couple of key pieces that were major parts of the Super Bowl win. They don't win without them.
Yeah, I agree. They don't get there without them.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, with this Chiefs team, speed kills.
Yeah.
Speed, because you got to all three of them wide receivers that y'all trying to make the guy. All the motherfuckers is fast. Marquise is fast. Obviously, Xavier Worthy, he's fast as fuck once you figure out how to utilize him. And Rashee Rice, he's a burner. Still, I ain't got no more faith in Sky Moore, so he's out of this equation. But speed kills. You guys got a lot of speed on that offense. Use it. Figure out how to use it.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you 100%. Fuck you, Sky.
Ain't it crazy? Marquez MVS, the motherfucker came in, got a ring. It was like,
all right, niggas, shit.
They told him, they was like, yeah, we don't have no room for shit. That's cool. I got me a couple. I can go anywhere now. That's all I wanted was a ring.
Go ahead and make that call when you want me again, dog. All right, y'all. I made the game win the catch. I won't do shit to get us there, but when we get there, I'm your man.
For sure.
No. Football always starts in September.
It starts in September. It might start in September. For everybody else, it starts in September and ends in February. For me, shit don't ever end. Every day, I'm studying, looking at something every day, every fucking day.
United football. Yeah, man, I'm trying to get my offense together on College 25, man. It's cool when you see the different logos and the schools and all that shit. That shit ain't nothing but man.
It is, but it ain't. Because a lot of the shit that you get away with on college football, you ain't getting away with that shit on Madden.
Yeah.
Or no, correction. A lot of shit that you get away with on Madden, you ain't getting away with it on college football. Like this is, and then like, I don't know if you've like played college football and then gone back to Madden, but it's just like you start to see Madden is a much slower game than college. College, they did it right because this shit is very fucking fast paced.
I mean, like, yeah, you see the open receiver faster when you go back and play Madden, but shit, dog, it's like I just need a couple more. I just need like that extra half a second, and as soon as he get open, I get sacked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yep. Fuck.
So that's it. That's what, especially when I'm doing that road, the road to glory. Like, bro, my Q, I cannot sit back there more than like 3 seconds. I have 2.5 seconds to get rid of the fucking ball, or somebody's gonna sack me.
I got a running back somehow. He leading the nation in rushing, but like if there's, let's just say the middle was open, he'll go left.
Yeah.
Or some, I'm like, the motherfucker before you would go through that hole and take it by 25 yards. So that way I don't have to. Then I can't audible out of it. So I gotta run these bullshit ass plays.
Yep.
Then on 3rd and 13, all right, you can go out here and run a bubble screen. But I picked Kentucky because I just wanted somewhere I could play. But we lost first 3 games, won out the rest of the season, won the national championship. It's crazy. It's crazy.
My very first season, I redshirted. I was at a Northwestern. I transferred out of Northwestern to go to Kennesaw State to get some film and get some stats or whatever. I had a balled out there, then went to Mizzou. We won a national championship the first year. Went like 12-1 or something like that, won national championship. And then now this year I chose to stay in Mizzou. It's been rough. I don't have no stars or wideouts. I finally got a couple, star offensive linemen, and these motherfuckers can't block for shit.
Yeah. I'm thinking about transferring because both my star receivers, all my receivers are seniors. I'm like, fuck this.
No, seriously.
I'm getting the fuck up out of here. And plus, I don't like the play calling. I'm like, look, man, Mr. Stoops.
I will say that's one thing I don't like about the Road to Glory is like the lack of play call. Like they give you one play and then like you can change the play, but they only give you like 3 plays to work with. I don't like that shit.
Yeah, but I remember like once you get the coach's trust, you can call wherever you want. You run wherever you want then.
No. So I'm almost there. Almost there.
How many points you need for that?
That I don't know, but I know like I know for a fact like I have the start. There's no way that anybody can steal the starting job from me.
Fuck no, nigga. We lost to like a Division 1A school, 2 of them, and then I get in. We going against 4th ranked fucking Ole Miss, destroy their ass. Then we went out the rest of the season, won national championship and everything. That motherfucker still stayed at the school. I'm like, bro, I would have transferred, brother.
No, facts.
Nigga, I'm a legend of Kentucky football, nigga. When they talk about Kentucky football, they talk about
me.
Rambo Jackson, motherfucker. I didn't name him unless somebody else named him. Rambo.
That's how I was at Kennesaw State. Like, man, I'm a fucking legend. I got you motherfuckers. Y'all first ever probably y'all only college football playoff appearance, motherfucker.
Me.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man, that's gonna be a wrap for this week's episode, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in week in and week out. Y'all, keeping up with the divisional breakdown. So please make sure y'all tap in, subscribe, share, tell your friends about us. Go follow us on TikTok at 2Ps in the pod. And once again, I'm gonna keep on saying this, man. If y'all got questions y'all want us to answer on here, y'all let us know and tell us what we doing a good job on and what the fuck we need to improve on.
And fuck Boston.
And fuck LA. Not LA, but the Lakers.
Boston. Boston Celtics. Boston Red Sox. Boston Bruins.
Hey, Ryan. We're one up on y'all now. Whether you like it or not, we one up on y'all now. You can say what you want about the NBA Finals. We are one up on y'all now.
Whatever, nigga. If I had half the competition in the West and the East, you niggas wouldn't even sniff the fucking finals. Hell, you couldn't beat fucking Miami for the longest. Jimmy just got old. That's all that happened.
We beat him though.
I don't want to hear that.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if it did take for Jimmy to get hurt first. We would have beat him whether the motherfucker was there or not.
Jimmy was in your ass before he got hurt.
Hey, I don't care. We'd shut his ass down too. Put Drew on him the whole game.
Fucking Scott, you want to go? You heard I was gonna cut the grass and shit. Now you want let me go hurry up, do it for this nigga gets outside. Fucking motherfucker. No, I'm playing. It is what it is. You got more grass to cut than me, bitch. Ha ha.
How about that?
Ha ha.
All right, bro. Until next week, Ryan.
Until the end.